and welcome to Sphere 3, Enchanted Worlds. So, I was offered a free startup pack for this game from the company Nikita Online. Now, Nikita Online is a really, actually older game developer and publisher from Russia. They operate 19 titles right now in the arena that they work in, and this is one of them, and it seemed kind of interesting. Now I will put a link to the game in the description below from the Steam page, and you realize that this game has a free client. Now, there are some things that we will have advantage of because we have the starter pack, which you may not. However, I don't think it makes that much difference. Now, I tried to do some research on this game prior to playing it, and unfortunately, trying to translate the home website of this game from Cyrillic to English is a lot like, well, Google Translate's a lot like trying to read the subtitles in the Backstroke to the West. If you've ever seen that and know what I'm talking about, then you know exactly what I mean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should probably Google Backstroke of the West and watch it yourself. It's definitely worth checking out. So I wanted to try this game and see what was going on. So what we've done is we've selected the PvE version, mostly because it still gives us an option for PvP, which this game supposedly purports to have a great amount of, but it doesn't give us the open world. And the reason I did not go with the PvP is simply because I don't know enough about the game, and some of the reviews on Steam, I'm hoping to overturn some of those in playing through it. Since I've been, and for those of you who have never watched any of my videos before, since I've been playing MMOs since all the way back to the days of the start of Meridian 59 and Ultima Online and EverQuest 1 and Dark Age of Camelot and games of that nature, I'm not as concerned about a PvP game, but I am concerned when I have no idea what I'm doing. I kind of want to get a feel for the game and see what it is, because a lot of the comments were in how the game was played and how the game panned out and some of the graphics and whatnot. Now, I've played some older games, so the graphics are not necessarily something I am terribly worried about. Going back to some of the games I played, if basically made Minecraft looked awesome. So not going to fault it for the graphics, because I can at least tell it is a person. So let's jump into it and see what we can come up with today, just learning some of the basics and figuring it out. Right now I have the game sound turned off because I have no control over it, because there was no selections for the settings that have come up yet. I think we'll have to get into the game before we get the settings. Now, one thing that I do notice is this definitely is a Russian game, and my Russian is extremely weak. I have not had anything to do with Russian for a number of years. So the intro screen that came up was in Cyrillic, and I had no idea what it said, but I fiddled my way through it and figured out what it was asking me and moved on. If you don't understand what it says, it may be a bit of a deterrent for you, but once I got past that point, things were in English. So if you're an English speaker or a Russian speaker, I'm assuming for Russian speakers this game would be flawlessly integrated, and for English speakers it's good enough. You can see what's going on once you get into the game. So far, everything has been in English, and not broken English either. It has been pretty much just things you can read without a problem. So don't worry about that. The only problem I had was the initial first screen that came up. That basically, that was it. So, all right, moving on. We have humans as a race, and demons as a race. It's a pretty standard looking demon. I think we're going to go with human, though, because it probably fits in better with what I usually do. Dwarves and elves are not an option for us, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if they're just not implemented yet or what. I did see a forum post on that, but I was not able to get the full measure of what it said. Now, it appears demons and humans have the same classes. I'm not seeing that change at all between clicking. But we can be a barbarian. We can be a paladin. We can be a warrior. A ranger. A monk. An assassin. A sorcerer, or I guess would be a sorceress. A priest. Or a necromancer. And it's led me to believe that at least for right now, the classes are gender locked. Now let's see with the demons if it makes any difference. Got our barbarian, our paladin, our warrior, which is weird because the ranger on the human side was male, and the ranger on the female, or a ranger on the demon side appears to be, I'm guessing that's female. Same with the monk, as well as the assassin. Sorcerer, priest, and necromancer are all what appears to be a male model. So let's just check this. We got a female ranger and a male ranger. Well, I do want to be a ranger. I'm not sure which would actually work better. I'm sorry, there's music blasting in my ear right now, so it's very hard to concentrate. But I want to be a ranger because I prefer being further back from things. It's a little easier sometimes to study and be tactical. So we're going to be a ranger. Go next. And here's where we get to change some of our... Okay, this is... I'm thinking this game was from 2015. And it kind of shows. Maybe we can get an angle here. We've got torso, which seems to be adjusting this part here. Arms, which seems to be doing this part here. All the way up into the shoulders. Since we're a ranger, we want to have more arm strength. I don't think this has anything to do with stats. I think it's just appearance. Legs, we probably run a lot, so it would make sense that our legs are more muscular. Size. Now we can be tall, or we can be a little bit more diminutive. Now, here's a key point in PvP games that I play. If I'm playing a ranger or an assassin of some type, something that tends to want to be background. Something that wants to be out of the way. When I play Dark Age of Camelot, my favorite Shadowblade to play, which is an assassin type character, was to play a kobold because they're very short, and you can make them short. In EverQuest 2, my stealth characters are very short because they tend to blend into the scenery pretty well. Same with Star Wars Galaxies. My characters that I use for PvP are very diminutive. They're harder to target, especially in a game like this. This game apparently uses kind of a hybrid skill twitch targeting, not tab targeting, which is okay. So the less presence we present, the less likely we are to be struck by anything. Okay, and we get some hairstyles. think I saw a guy with that hairstyle earlier. Okay, we're gonna go with the Draco Malfoy here. And we have 3 choices for faces. I think I'm gonna go with that one. Eyes. There we go. Nose. That's a good nose. Mouth. We can get a beard. That's quite the look there, isn't it? And we get tattoos. I don't much care for these usually. And these are not the most complex tattoos, so I have a little bit of a simplistic character builder, which is fine, but I don't want bright hair. That'd be a good color. And skin color. Perfect. All right, we're gonna name this guy. Let's pull up our handy dandy character name generator. And let's generate a name. Male character. Human. Go. Do we just get a first name? This is not much of a character name generator. Because I don't think Felix... Well, maybe that hasn't been taken yet. There. Felizix. That name is available. So I guess that is... Oh, narration.
Arose in the beginning of the world.
Let me get the narration up for you.
And primal chaos. And inconceivable thousands of years later, the war has started. Valgard himself, a great military leader, and the right hand of Vagrat of 1,000 Faces, came from the fiery dungeons of the Middle World as head of the countless army of demons. Residents of Ericuria were horrified when they knew where the invaders came from, but their resistance was so determined and reckless that the demons' plans of flashlight victory were thwarted. A great war began. Battles were becoming bloodier, and each of the enemies knew that he needed victory at any cost. Meanwhile, the true cause of the events remained known to only the few. Another 2,000 years passed.
And that's about how long it's going to take to load, right? 2,000 years? Okay, that was not very long at all. I thought that was going to take a long time from how it
The
was
lands of
paused.
Ericuria have changed a lot in recent years. The thunder of formidable war going on the eastern frontier echoes here. Carts filled with wounded stretched across the country. One of these carts arrived in a small village located in the north of Ericuria. Carts brought the injured, many of whom were deeply unconscious. Among them was the one who was destined to change the fate of all of Ericuria forever.
Who? We gotta meet that guy. I guess she's not going to read to us. Damn these demons. This battle could have been our last. If it wasn't for you, thank Og Halder, we were able to get you on your feet. You were brought here 2 weeks ago and spent almost all that time a swoon. We thought you wouldn't make it. They say you saved us all. What the? Where am I? What happened to me? What the? It's Greenwald Village. Deepest rearward, behind the Morgan Groves, our village was founded by fugitive convicts on the 17th year after the battle for White Fangs. We've had our share of trouble, but now it's just a quiet and cozy place at the north of Aracuria. That's quite far. What happened to me anyway? Unfortunately, we are strictly prohibited from discussing it. All I can say is you were heavily injured in battle. Ah, yes, allow me to introduce myself. I am Belissa, head of healers and alchemists. I thought you said you couldn't talk about it. Looks like I should thank you, right? Oh, yes, definitely. Well, she's certainly modest. We had to use all of our healing skill to get you on your feet again. It seemed that Halder was not going to release your soul anymore. Come, let me look at you. You look good considering everything that's happened to you. First, I need to check how well you've recovered. I think I'm fine, but still feel a bit weak. The dialogue is good. It's well, I'm trying to think how to describe it. It doesn't feel forced. It just feels very formal and a little bit not forced, but pressed. It just doesn't flow like some of the games that have, I don't know, more English influence. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things where it's going to be a different read than what you're used to, I think. Let's check that. We have several battered down dummies at the far end of the village. There used to be a recruit depot here. Go show those dummies what's what. Let's see if you can handle it in your state. I think I can deal with dummies even after a hospital bed. That's good. Go ahead then. I'll be checking on your progress from time to time. So like I said, nothing really fundamentally wrong with the dialogue. It's just not fluid sometimes. So that does adjust our camera up and down. Turns side to side. That moves the mouse from side to side and up and down. Is the camera going to stay where I put it? There's a tab to switch between battle aim cursor and arrow cursor. Okay, destroy the training dummies. We could see quite a ways. So there's a training dummy. It is. I like how it tells you the distance. So many of these games that use active combat don't tell you how far away things are from you. So you can shoot your arrow and miss, or fire your spell and miss because you did not know the range. But right down here at the end on our targeting complex, it does tell us how far away it is. I don't know how far an arrow can shoot, but if you can see, I'm not targeting anything, and somehow I still hit something. Critical miss. I actually missed so bad I hit something. Headshot. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter structurally where we aim. So we can aim low. We still hit there. We aim high. We still hit there. So the up and down axis does not seem to care. It's actually being in the target, and then I guess the target does change. Yes, it supposedly does change color based on whether we have an active target. So awesome. Let's go back and talk to Belissa. And she has a nice, very visible quest icon. I don't know what that is. Teleport. Could be a shower for all I know. We could jump. Not very well, but we can jump. So F to talk. That's very common. Well, I've seen everything. At first you were fighting a bit sluggishly, but later your movements became completely steady. Looks like your health is really quite fine. It's actually surprising considering the state you were in when they brought you here. Alright, my part is done. Now go see our Elder Hawkins. There he is by the well. It's none of my business, of course, but it seems he wants to have a serious conversation with you. That's my job. Take care, Philizix. Okay, so now we gotta talk to the mayor. He's supposedly by the well. And very easily to see the question mark over his head. We have an item enchantment, a banker, item upgrade guy, food merchant, crafting materials. I guess crafting is fairly new to this game. So F. Hello. I am Mayor. Look who's up on his feet again. Truth be told, I wouldn't bet a single golden coin on your life when they brought you here, Philizix, but that's a very run-on sentence. But look at you now. I'm not going to criticize the grammar. That sentence just totally threw me. As if nothing had happened at all. Ballista knows what she's doing. I'll give her that. But let's get to business. I have something important to discuss with you. And that is surely none of her business. I'll deal with her later then. Tell me this. What do you remember of the last battle where you were injured? Only some scraps. I think it was... No, I can't remember. When I try to think about it, my head starts aching and everything blurs before my eyes. What is that? I've never felt this before. This is quite unusual. Maybe it's the result of your injury, or perhaps... too bad you can't remember. I was hoping to learn some details from you. People tell astonishing tales about. I don't even know what to believe. What do they say? There are many versions, each more bizarre than the next, but they all agree on one thing. Without you, the outcome of this whole battle wouldn't have been to our advantage. I alone have altered the course of the whole battle? How's that possible? That's what I don't get either. I'm not going to repeat rumors. I don't like to wag my tongue. But you will have to find everything out yourself. As the High Command certainly won't stay idle. I'm sure they will contact you soon. I want to find answers as well. First, who brought me here and where from? So this is one thing that's bothering me. The white text on the green with the yellow, a little hard to read. You're being taken through the high mountain pass in the south from the Echo Highland. Looks like none of the healers wanted to take responsibility for your death. You had a heavy fever, so delirious the guards even started quietly suggesting that to put you out of your misery. You were saying something about light, souls, demons, curses. You would have been sent further to Cindercrag if it wasn't for Belle. She's been yelling so hard at everyone involved. That's all shushpans in the vicinity went deaf. She was the one taking care of you after those military sawbones. I could choose a bronze relic, or a bronze relic. So I guess class is the only thing that matters here. Well, are you going to get used to this place? Little by little, I see you don't have enough manpower here. Yes, it's becoming a problem. The war took many, and I bet not everyone will come back. Why do you want to help? Why do you want to help? Yes, with what I can. To thank you for saving me. Okay. If we don't help each other in times like these, we're all gonna sink together. Ah, well, your help would really come in handy. Great, what do I have to do? I can plow and stuff. I'm sick of this dialogue. Sorry. If you were enjoying the dialogue, my apologies. It was just really starting to drag on. I think this is where we're supposed to go. Threat from the forest. Okay, so the red points us to where we're going. Oh. Go this way. There's another guy with a quest, but... I think we're cool now. Let's tab it up. So 2 is Jagged Arrow, which we can use in motion. Spot of effect target, no more than 30 meters. Target type hostile neutral. An arrow with a notched head leaves a bleeding wound. Okay, so it's a bleeding arrow. Got it. And we can hold down the button and just keep on firing. Not an ideal location. They spawn really fast. Getting gold coins. Okay, so red doesn't necessarily mean they're going to attack us, I guess. Just means they are an enemy, I'm assuming. Maybe that changes at a higher level. What is that? Not really clear. 288 out of 013, or is it 613? 613. Can't collect that. $347. Gathering impossible. Hunter's knife required. Okay, can't gather any of those. Okay, so I guess if something is behind something you're shooting at or attacking, you can also very successfully and easily shoot that as well. So positioning is fairly important in this game. $16 meters seems to be about our strike range. One of the complaints that I heard on Steam about this game was that you got no notification when you actually struck something. I'm not seeing that. I'm actually getting a notification when my arrows hit. So I fire, hit, fire, hit. So that seems to be fixed at least. At least for arrows. It still may not apply to all classes, but when I shoot, I do get a confirmation that I did damage. Good to know. I'm really just trying to make a level here. Okay, we did hit him for 20 meters away. Hitting that guy from 21. Seems like we're doing a little less damage, though. Kill the evil bunnies. And that puts us almost to the next level. Okay, so we made a level. That's what I wanted to do before we went back. I'm not quite sure why the citizens have health bars. I don't think it's our job to attack them. But we did get some new quests. Pretty standard, you had a bag to get slots. I have no idea how many slots are good, but I'm guessing this isn't. Or is not as optimal as it could be. So let's go see Mr. Mayor. No! Okay, so we get to choose a reward. 430 experience, so that's like almost the next level, I'm guessing. We get a whistle. So we do have a map. It tells us where we are. Here. Our goal. Here. So we need to go in this generalish direction. We're not really a jumper. Find food merchant bailoter. Can I scale this? No. No, no, no. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to fake it either. Is this a thing? Not quite sure what we're doing here. I don't know what that accomplished. I got a spider. Where in the world did I get a spider? I really should. Lost pet. Find Fluffy. Okay, we just got stuck on the stairs. It's not saying much for our dexterity. jump over that. Alright, alright, alright. We'll go around. Very easy to get stuck. Training dummy. Dummy. Okay, I can shoot and move. That's kind of cool. I got a pet. So I did get some gold coins. There's Fluffy. Fluffy looks scared, but he's safe and sound. He runs up and wags his tail and looks us in the eyes with devotion. Here you are, busy little creature. You gave the whole village a hard time. Come with me. So we got to bring Fluffy to the mayor. Still there? Okay, the follow AI is pretty good. Better than some games. Hello. Lost pet. So that's 439 experience and a whistle. We get a mount. Choose our reward. None of the rewards fit our class. I think we had a quest we were supposed to be doing, didn't we? No. Looks like this is it. Have to go get some herbs. Alright, what are these? We can get pour dilute powder of lesser healing and a steak. Again, same thing for our bonus today. Level 5, we can get a strength potion and an intelligence potion. There's not too much, I guess, you could buy that's overpowered. But let's see. Where is the item shop? Just got the option for dungeons. Dungeon Finder, available at level 20. Okay, 20's not that bad. Does have a friend list. Some people were saying it did not. Apparently it does. Okay, there is a typo. When we go into crafting, it says we don't have any unlearned professions. Should probably say we don't have any learned professions. Alright. Okay, there's our inventory. Let's go pick some herbs. I want to see how this works. So we gotta go over there. Excuse me. Those guys die pretty easy. Ah, okay, it highlights them. Medicinal herb. Just a little bit of a gather time. And then we get them. There's another one. Again, it doesn't really appear these guys attack us. Oh, we can't move. Oh, yes, we can. Okay. So we start a gather. It doesn't seem to care. It's an odd graphical scenario going on there. Kind of looks like the start of a cave, but it's not. I need some more herbs. Hey, where do you keep your herb? You're not carrying any. It's a weird light effect going on over there. I can't jump over this rock. Interesting. I'm not sure what this is for. Stone Sword Keeper. I don't think I want your quest yet. And I think you're a teleporter. I guess we have to go back. We've gone too far. Well, the game definitely is not displeasing to the eye. I have played games with better graphics. I have played games with far worse graphics. I really can't complain about the graphics. Nor have I yet a reason to complain about the gameplay. So far, everything seems working pretty good. No crashes, no problems. For a free-to-play game with an item shop, I can't really fault this for anything so far. I mean, the rest, the language and translation errors and things like that, those happen. Especially when you're playing the game's language that is not dominant. Back to the mayor again. Dang it, man. Scroll wheel's a little weird. We can take it to first person. That works out real well, especially for an archer. In some cases, I mean, you know, seeing where you're shooting is cool. Things sneaking up on you isn't. Oh. Oh no, the blacksmith's daughter has been gone missing. Alright, I'm not sure how long this has gone on, in particular tonight, but I'm going to call it a night because I am kind of tired, actually, and I've noticed that I've started yawning, and when I do that, it becomes very annoying to listen to, and I apologize for that. It just occurred to me that I am just not staying awake. The coffee's not helping. I guess with all the rain, I have not been sleeping very well, so I will pick this up again tomorrow. I really want to give this game a fair shake and check it out and see what we got. We got a kind of a week's worth of specials to play with to see what we can do. But this game reminds me a lot of Neverwinter in a lot of aspects. And I kind of like that. I like the feel of it. The pacing and the dialogue could use a little bit more massaging, but I'm sure in original Russian it sounds a whole heck of a lot better. So I can't really fault them for translation. Maybe I can fault the translator if this was translated by someone, because that person may not have been a writer, so they maybe just be directly translating. So the words are clear. You'll figure out what it says. It's just not going to inspire you to great heights. The voice acting is cool. I thought there'd be more based on what I saw, but, you know, I'm happy with the intro and the stuff we got going on there. But like I said, I'm going to end this now because I want to get this video posted, and I'm going to try to be more awake to do another episode tomorrow, and we'll see about getting a little further. Maybe we can get to level 20, see some dungeons, see what's going on there, but so far, it's just standard MMO. I do not see a lot of players. But that doesn't necessarily mean much because the game has been out for a while and we are in the starting city, so I don't expect to see a tremendous amount of players running around the starting city because they've all probably been beyond that. Did see one player while we were playing, and that's kind of to be understood in a game that's a couple years old, so I can't fault it for not having a thriving starting zone. In fact, I prefer it because now I don't have to worry about hitting other people. But hey, that's okay. I'm going to call it a night, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow to check out a little bit more episodes, and hopefully I'll be able to keep my eyes open then. I will talk to you later. See ya.